Welcome to the Ditsy Chicks with Jamie and Mary.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Mary.
I can't hear myself.
I'm going to turn us up.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Is that better?
Yes.
Better for your face ears?
Yeah.
I was re-listening to some of
ears.
our... no, it was when I was editing, I think. I was editing in something and you said...
face balls.
Face balls.
For eyeballs.
So that's why I said face ears. Oh my god, I still can't hear jack shit.
Oh no. Ooh.
That's better. I just had to turn up the headphones.
Oh.
Anyways.
Rocky start this morning, guys.
Oh, I also woke up late. But you know what? I woke up in time to get us coffee, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I just desperately needed coffee.
I did too, and not even just the coffee. I just needed the warmth.
The comfort.
I could have drinking some fucking hot water for all I care. Like, I just need to be warm. It's rainy and chilly today.
Drank the Austin Powers shit water. A bit nutty. I fucking love that movie. I saw a TikTok, and it's like there's this TikTok trend going where they take like a picture of people going like at a crowded party, and then you scroll over to a picture and it's the Kevin James meme.
Oh yeah.
And they have a song playing in the background, and they had edited Austin Powers' face onto Kevin James, and in the background the song was Daddy wasn't there.
You sent me that. You sent me that. Oh my god.
There was another one for Carl Papa, which is like one of my favorite songs for whatever fucking reason, and they dressed Kevin James as Carl Grimes, and I sent that to my mom. Because I was like, that's me. I love that song. Unironically, that song's a fucking bop, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
I don't even know what song you're talking about.
Dude, I fucking sent it to you like a month ago. I'll send it to you again.
I guarantee I listened to it and I just forgot. I told you I'm on some fucking level today.
Dude, what's happening with the moon today?
Nothing is.
What's happening in outer space today?
This
isn't the episode for this, but
no, it should be in
personal purposes.
Virgo or Libra. I think it might have just moved to Libra.
Libra.
Maybe that's why I'm so lightheaded.
Yeah, because your Aries moon is like, fuck that shit.
Yes. Yeah. I get so out of sorts. Mm-hmm. I bet that's it. If the moon is in Libra.
Mercury's in Libra.
You know what's really sad is 2 out of my 4 children have a moon in Libra.
Oof.
And I'm just like, please let me get along with my children.
How do you think I feel about my fucking Mars and Mercury and Sun placement with my kid? My Sun and Mercury and Mars placements are all sister signs with my child's.
Oh god.
I'm really hoping that she likes me later in life.
Dude, her Mars and Aries.
No, that's gonna kill me. That's either gonna be really great or really bad.
Because she's not a very grounded she's not made on ground.
No.
Like, she's very
dude, and she's been throwing fits recently. Like, every time she doesn't get what she wants, she immediately goes to hitting her head on the ground, and I'm like,
oh my god, please. There she is, just ramming her head on the ground like a little goat.
Yep. Anyways,
at least she's not just like running and then falling over like a goat. Like, you know how the goats do that?
You know what she does sometimes though? Like, she'll just be walking and she'll just fall over.
You know what she does? I've seen her do that.
Yes, you have.
She just walks and all of a sudden she falls over. Like, that'd be the funniest shit if she just like fell over with her legs in the air like one of those goats that just faint.
My fight or flight kicked in and it was a goat.
Fight or faint.
Isn't that called a fawn? There's fight, flight, and fawn.
Where you just like, you're like a deer in the headlights. You just don't move.
You just probably. Do whatever.
Yeah.
We can make that a whole episode sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sometimes that happens to me in like crazy aggressive situations. I'm just like, what? And I just stare at everyone and everything. I'm like, what's going on?
I do that for a moment so I can process, and then my fight kicks in. I almost never flight. It's almost always fight for me.
I have never done like a flight instance either.
Mm-mm.
Where like
I don't see the purpose.
my
It doesn't
husband does
resolve
that.
anything.
Yeah, well, my husband does that.
Mhm.
Like, he just straight up disappears from situations. Like, he's just like, nope, not doing
I
this.
can never.
Like, it's just either it's uninteresting for him.
Oh,
And it reminds me of like Jim on The Office.
Yeah.
When who is she talking to? I think it's Aaron. Aaron's in the car, like, and Pam gets in the car and is talking to Aaron, and like Jim gets in there and they're like, "What's wrong?"
oh yeah.
And Jim's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Yep,
I'm
I
not
remember
interested
that.
in any of this." That's like that right there is the energy of my husband. Like, he's just like,
Your
nope.
husband is just Jim Halpert.
He's Jim Halpert.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's always fight. And I guess I'm
with
that
my words,
person.
not with my fists.
No,
I'll hurt your feelings.
Sometimes I really wish I could fight with fists.
I need a good enough reason to.
Yeah, like sometimes I just wish someone would come at me and just like be like, "Yes, finally, it's my chance. I can fight." Like, I just want the chance sometimes, but I'm not gonna start it.
Yeah,
I need somebody
That's
to come
how my
at
mom
me.
raised me. She was like, "You don't ever start a fight, but you sure
But
as
you can
shit
finish
one."
Yeah.
And I've never gotten into a physical fight. And you know what? It's probably for the better because I feel like I'm not very strong in my arms. Like I don't punch very well. I have a very weak punch. But my legs are pretty strong.
Yeah. I feel like I also have a weak punch, but I also I know that when I get angry, I get angry.
Yeah, I was gonna say once that adrenaline kicks
that
in,
anger strength.
Yeah,
like I can tap into that, and I haven't very like much in my entire life because I was a very shy, quiet, and nice child. But realizing like into my adulthood, I'm like, wow, I have a lot of hidden anger. And sometimes if I get pushed too far, I'm afraid of what I might do.
Right.
Which is very funny to like, I feel like to anyone who like knew me even 10 years ago, they'd be like, oh my God, Jamie wouldn't hurt a fly. What the fuck? It's like, oh, well,
Who are you?
I became a mom and I realized there are things that I will throw punches for.
Yeah.
And that's my children. Like those fucking TikToks where they're like, would you kill for your kids?
I was just gonna bring that up.
Oh, I don't know.
Kill for my kid? No, I wouldn't do that. I would.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Murder for my kid.
Oh my God.
I would commit arson for my kid.
I would kill for your kid.
Yeah,
I'd kill for other people's kids.
I would kill for anybody's kid.
That right there, though, that's my moon in my 5th house in Aries. Right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Moon, where your feelings are with children.
Yeah.
And then in Aries is gonna be like, I'll fucking kill anybody. I'll kill people for these kids. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. Like, you know, you do you as a mom, but how could you not think of, like, what if somebody is attacking your kid? You wouldn't immediately erase them from existence?
Yeah.
How could you not? I would.
Right.
Without a question. I don't care who they are, what they're coming from. I don't care how old they are. Like, obviously not a child.
Right.
But it could be an adorable little old lady attacking my child. I will.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like,
erase her. I will delete her.
It doesn't matter who you are. If you're hurting my kid physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll do that right back.
I'm coming for your ass.
Yep. You emotionally hurt my kid.
You will never see us ever again.
Mentally ruin you.
Mm-hmm.
I can. I don't do that very much.
Right.
I do that on occasion to people who test me.
Deserve it. Yeah.
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 Which is fun to me. And I'm very, like, again, this is what I'm saying. I'm very afraid of the things I do when I get tested.
Yeah.
Obviously, my kids test me all the time, and
they're
not going to do anything.
Though.
Yeah, they're my kids.
Like, your kids are supposed to test you to your limits. That's what they're made for.
But like other adults who know better, it's like, you cannot be this stupid and expect me to go along with your crazy delusions. Like, I'm going to start being an asshole to you.
Right.
And I'm going to mentally ruin you for the day.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking push me. I've got better things to do.
I got bills to pay, motherfucker.
I got bills to pay and I got kids to take care of.
Yeah.
Like, I've got fucking better things to do than to entertain your bullshit.
Speaking of entertaining bullshit,
we have some bullshit to entertain you today.
Yes, we are going to obviously start with our supernatural reading like we always do, and we are reading Act 7, and then we will be talking about wedding anniversary gifts by year. So it's like a tradition that every milestone year has a specific theme for a gift. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be talking about that, probably giving you some ideas.
They've been changed over the years too, because there's the traditional gift and then there's also like the modern gift.
That's what I've got here. I used the knot.
Yes.
And they have like the traditional gift, the modern gift, and then a gemstone.
Yes.
So we can go through
all that. I
like that
that
later.
They broke all that down.
Mm-hmm.
I
love the knot.
I do too. I get on there for like their articles and like I'm not getting married anymore. I've already been married, but like they have fun shit on there.
Their website was super useful for our wedding because everything was in one spot, and then you can do the RSVPs through there, which was better for me because then RSVPs don't get lost in the mail. I don't forget anybody's RSVP. Nobody can forget theirs. I mean, they can, but it's less likely. You can connect like people's emails to their name, and then you can send them updates through the whatever and like text messages too and everything. It was just really helpful and really nice. And then your registry is there.
This is not sponsored. This is just
the registry is there, and then you can make like a little homepage. You can add pictures and a timeline and everything. It was really nice. I wish I had gotten to utilize it more than we did.
Yeah, and I was like using the knot up until we just decided we weren't going to do anything with anybody else. So I didn't get to use it, but it was very, very helpful. It was like, it's like your one website for everything.
Yes.
Like you are essentially creating your own website for your wedding. And then like you have that landing page, everyone gets to go to it.
They also have like a test you can take to see like what wedding theme you want. It helps you plan stuff.
Oh,
you can
fun.
find venues and caterers and cake people through there. Like they have like cake in your area.
People made of cakes.
They have everything on that website, and I just love it so much, and it's free.
Yes.
You don't have to pay for anything.
So if you
not
don't
sponsored.
Right. Not sponsored. We just like it.
Yeah.
So if you don't want or don't have the money for a wedding planner, the knot helps if you're trying to do it all yourself and can't stay organized. Because in this day and age, there's so many extra things going on. Yeah. And honestly, like if I would have had the money, like if we were rich, I definitely would have hired a wedding planner. Like that'd been fun. But also, I want to be a wedding planner, so I still would have.
Like, what's stopping you?
The market.
That's fair.
Like there are a lot of people who have enough money to hire wedding planners, and I've seen people, looking like, oh hey, like does anybody know any good wedding planners? I would love to do that. I love taking charge in like for coordinating events, but right now, just for how little my kids are and how much spare time I don't have give other people. And plus, like with the market and people a lot of people are just choosing very, very small things. Nobody has a lot of money anymore, the economy and everything. So,
well, and COVID definitely didn't help with that. A lot of people now are choosing to elope or have smaller weddings because COVID kind of fucked everything up for them.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people are choosing stability over big flashy weddings too. And the housing market is absolutely atrocious right now.
Dude, our wedding was small and was still expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's my tax return went to our wedding.
Yeah.
Like almost all of it.
And that sucks sometimes because normally, like, you kind of have plans for your tax return when you're like, oh, I'm going to allocate this for this. And
my plan for my tax return was to put it towards my wedding.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it wasn't like a big gut punch, but I was kind of hoping there would be more left of it to put towards something else.
Yeah. Money does not go far or very far anymore. Nope. Well,
how about the supernatural read?
Supernatural.
Yeah. Act 7. Exterior street, night, long after the scene has been redacted.
The scene has been blank.
Right. Sam,
gruesome.
now wearing only an undershirt, gets into the Impala and drives off. Interior motel room, day. Sam opens the door to Bobby's room. Sam, hey, Bobby.
What you doing?
Just coming in. Bobby sits on the bed. So like I said, I'm just here for the family.
Bobby, why are you here anyway?
Sam,
Jesus.
Because my old man Lance Armstrong died last night.
What? Bobby, the old man?
Sam, Lance Armstrong, the greatest ever.
Bobby, this is me.
Sam, yeah?
Bobby, he lifts Gray's
Gary's.
Great.
Learn how to read.
It's my face balls. They're ruined today. He lifts Gary's photo of the man from the dresser and tosses it on the bed. So this is your guy?
Sam, Gary from 82.
So what do you think? We got the kid from 82 or what?
Sam, I don't know.
Well, we got the girl from 82.
What do you mean?
She's got the same face, the same hair. He sits on the bed. But she's not Billy.
What do you mean?
She's got a different name. Okie Milton.
Dean, you're taking bets on who's gonna kill her?
Bobby, you kidding me?
Dean, it's the law.
Bobby, it's the law.
Interior Bobby's library, day. Dean is surrounded by books and old magazines. Here, you can take over, Dean.
Oh, okay. Dean, here, in March 85, a meteorite vanished in the night sky over northwestern Ohio. It was sighted 9 months before Anna was born, and she was born in that part of Ohio.
Sam, you're saying this couldn't be her?
Dean, it's all over the place.
Bobby. Look, man. Why did I make him sound like the guy from The Walking Dead? I'm just gonna read it. Look, man, if she's not Billy, then who is she?
Dean, I don't know, Dean.
Bobby, but she's got the same face, the same hair.
Dean, look, it's a toss-up.
Bobby, whatever. The sooner we figure it out, the sooner we can close this deal.
Dean, yeah, you're right. That's what I'm doing.
Sam, you're scaring the crap out of me.
Dean, it's fun, Sammy. It'll make your days easier.
Bobby, you're right. It will.
Dean chuckles. It'll be fun.
Interior Bobby's salvage yard, day. Dean is walking to the Impala carrying a large slab of ice. He passes a local woman, Jess, who looks up to see him. Jess? Jess?
Yeah, Jess.
She's just a local woman
Jess.
now,
yeah. Dean, excuse me.
Jess, what?
Dean, hey, are you sure you're okay? I'll put this in the trunk.
Will you? Exterior town building housing art auction, day. A young woman, Brittany, comes up to Dean and places a hand on his. He looks at her, smiling, and takes her hand.
Dean, hey.
She nods, excited, and pulls him towards her. Jess, so where's your dad?
Dean, barista. Whatever.
Brittany, really? I work in a shoe store.
Dean, yeah.
Brittany, so you're really the big shot here. What do you do?
Dean, I do what pretty much everyone else does. I volunteerizatin.
He holds out a hand, which is met with a loud thump, thump, thump from the audience. What? Bridget, who's Bridget, takes his hand and they smile at each other. Interior town building housing art auction, night. Sam, seen through the framed PS above his head, addresses the British men of letters from the stage. Sam, hi.
Bobby, entering the room. So this is an artwork auction. Dean. For works by British men of letters. Bobby. Dean. By J.K. Rowling. Bobby. Fascinating. Dean. Yeah, that's an awesome book. I got no idea what my line's gonna be, but you know what? I'm gonna get it done.
Will you? That was Sam.
Bobby, quietly. Of course. Dean, great.
Sam. So the artwork you've chosen is by Terry Pratchett.
Bobby, no, not yet. Dean,
Sam. So this is a public event, like a charity auction or something.
Bobby, why not? Dean, it's educational. Bobby, yeah. Dean, and it's free.
There's too
Bobby,
much back and forth.
Why not? Dean, you know how we are. There's a loud pounding on the door, and Bobby and Sam turn to see a young man enter.
Here, I'll be the young man.
Standing with
young
a tray
man
of food.
standing with a tray of food. Hi.
Dean and Sam spin around to face him. Dean, Kevin.
Kevin standing with a second tray. Hiya. Sam and Dean hold up their hands in anger. Sam, are you guys from a charity auction or something?
Bobby, no, I'm the one who called. Dean, into the phone. Yeah, hi. No, I'm not from a charity.
Sam, no, we're from the health department.
Dean, what are you,
Sam, right. No, we're not looking for a pat on the head. We're here to, ask you a couple questions.
Dean, what's,
Sam, if you hadn't seen them, you'd think they were some sort of charity.
Bobby, well, they're not charity. Dean, but they're educational, right?
Sam, yeah.
Dean, okay, great. So we're here to determine if there's any connection between the Bell Witch and the Prosperity Charity Bowling Fund.
Sam, if there is, we're going to dig into that a little more.
Dean, okay, great. He hangs up and starts to walk to the driver's door. Bobby turns to him. Bobby, Sam, what do you got?
Sam, I got a 911. A woman's been murdered out front of the charity event. And I think she's behind this. What?
Bobby, no, I mean, she may have called in a few questions, but that's all it is. A 911, that's all. That's all.
That's all.
Dean, okay, well, she may have mentioned something about a black hole or something. Bobby, no, I don't think so. Look, man, whatever's behind this, they're a big shot. They should be patting themselves on the back for a head start. Dean, all right, you know what? No flirting, lady. Bobby, no, I don't. Unless you want to get back at me, Spurgeon.
Sam chuckles. Well, I certainly don't.
Dean, quietly, see you around.
Bobby exits. Sam stands up and walks to the passenger side of the Impala. Sam, hey, wait, Bobby. He closes the door.
Bobby pauses to look at Sam. So what do you got?
Sam, nothing. She may have called in a few questions, but as you can see, that's all it is.
Dean, to the driver. See you around.
Driver nods. The two of them drive away.
End act. What a ridiculous roundabout.
No flirting, lady.
To the dead lady that called 911.
I thought he was saying that to Bobby.
Oh.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the gifts. Sorry, I burped. And I was trying to
gifts.
I was trying to mask the burp under my words, and it worked.
It sounds like burp words, though, when you're talking like this, because you just burped.
Plot twist, that's just the way I talk.
So this whole podcast has been an act.
I'm masking.
You're a fraud!
There are milestone years for gifts in a marriage. So after you've been married, and it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it's every 5 years.
Marriage gifts for your partner unless you have been married,
right? So then, like, it goes individual numbers up to 10, and then it goes every 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's just really all it is. So like the first year, we'll start with year 1, is paper. The traditional one is paper. The modern gift to give your partner is clocks. And then the gemstone is gold.
You know what, though? I think that could double as like watches.
That's what I was just thinking. Because, I mean, a watch is still a clock. It's just a little clock, you know? But also, like, would that
a little
apply?
Convenient clock
Is
on
that,
your wrist.
like, just a clock? Or could it be, like, something, a more vintage or old style of a clock? Like a time dial?
A
or
cuckoo
whatever.
clock.
A time dial. I meant sundial. Like,
hey,
no, but like,
you want to buy a sundial?
I guess, but like, if you were to like decorate a sundial in like a garden, that could be really pretty.
I think that's such a cute idea, especially if your significant other loves gardening.
But I also do like the look of clocks, not like electronic clocks, like an actual with the hands.
Yeah, an analog clock.
Yeah.
So you don't like digital clocks, you like analog.
Yes, because I mean, digital clocks are fine, but they don't look. They don't have good looks to them.
Aesthetic is better.
Yeah.
I do though too, and I don't. Mom always liked analog clocks.
Yeah,
she always liked big clocks
everywhere.
But like, I don't know. There's something about clocks, like old-looking analog clocks, that bring in such an old world feel. And even though it's a clock, it almost brings back like a slower lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like a digital clock, it's still just a screen. It's a screen you see, and it almost like, I don't know, to me, a digital clock is very it's a sensory issue for me. Like looking at it, I'm like, ew, stop staring at me with your numbers.
For
like,
me,
ugh.
It feels too harsh. I feel rushed when I look at a digital clock.
Yes.
Like I feel pressured almost, and I don't know why. But when you look at an analog clock, it's almost comforting.
Yeah. Like it's nice, and it's just, I mean, digital clocks don't make noises, but like, I don't know. An analog clock,
I love the sound of the ticking. Like, we obviously recently stopped using our fans because it's fucking cold up here. And now that the room is quiet when we fall asleep, I can actually hear the ticking of the clock, and it's so nice. But then the traditional gift, which is paper, that's the gift that Dylan and I will be having to do literally in a few months.
Yeah.
It's almost been a year that Dylan and I have been married, which is crazy to me. And I've been going back and forth about what I could give him. I'm like, I could write him a cute letter, but I don't really do letters. So I'm like, oh, what if I wrote him like a cute little short story about like my feelings for him and our relationships and everything.
There's so many things you can do with paper.
At one point, I thought about printing pictures and giving them to him, like pictures of us.
Yeah.
Or like all of the pictures, like literally making a little photo album of all of the pictures of us together.
Yeah.
Like as like a little life progression. I thought that would be cute. I might do that and like tape a little short story on the inside of it.
Yeah.
That might be cute. I hope he's not listening to me talking. I just realized. What did you and Alex do?
Well, it was a very hard time during our first anniversary because that's when Mom was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot going on. I was only a couple months postpartum too. So I still had postpartum brain. Your wedding was still happening with the first date, so I was still trying to work on...
it wasn't still happening, but we were trying to figure out what was going on with it.
Yes.
Because everybody was asking me what was going on. I'm like, I don't know. I'm hoping my mother-in-law gets better. But even so, like, if she does get better, we don't know if she'll be well enough, like recovered enough to be there.
Yeah.
So we were like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I remembered like all of my friends are asking me like what was happening with like our bachelorette party, and I'm like asking you, I'm like, I don't know what's happening, can you please tell me? And you were like kind of upset. You're like, Mom's in the hospital. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, I'm so sorry.
like, I know. I felt so bad about that part too, but it was just like
There was
I literally because I was like I wasn't I was upset at the situation.
Yeah.
That's 100% always. If I'm upset, it's at the
Yeah.
situation. It's most of the time never at people. It's
Yeah.
at the situation. It was just the whole situation, and I was what 2 to 3 months postpartum at the time,
There was a lot
and then I
happening
was
for
like
you.
trying to plan your
Bachelorette
party or bridal shower or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Both.
I think
I
think it was
both.
specifically the bachelorette party that was like that issue at the moment.
Because the bridal showers, like, that was not really a problem. Like, nobody was asking about the bridal showers.
Yeah. So it was the bachelorette party, and I was like giving people updates and stuff, and everyone was like, "Okay, great." And I'm like, "Can somebody else please help me? I literally have a 2-month-old right now, and I can't do all of this, and my mom's in the hospital. Like, anyone else want to pick up any of this?"
Yeah.
So that was frustrating. And then all the while, I'm still trying to figure out what I can do for our anniversary, which it didn't work out, and I'm still upset about how my first anniversary didn't work out. But my whole plan was to do a boudoir photo shoot.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
Yep, and I did, and I was all excited about it, and it's 100% not the photographer's fault because she just did what has normally worked for her. But I have one of those faces that cannot be photographed like everyone else's face can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I look weird and gross, and I don't look like myself. It's very weird. I just have one of those faces. And I can't do downward angles.
Yeah.
Like where I'm looking up at like the camera.
It's your face angle.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I have to do like down a little bit and like look down. That way because I have a round face. So I have to angle my face up with the camera down. That way you can see that I have a jawline.
See, for me, it's like my eyes. If my head is pointed down and I'm looking up, I look like Gollum. But if my head is pointed upwards and I'm looking up, it's different. It just, the way your head, the way your neck pulls your skin down, it looks different. And those are things that, as a photographer, if anyone's listening who's thinking about becoming a photographer, you have to think about these things. In the way your clients pose, because you do sometimes have to change it up and have your clients pose in a way that looks good for them. So again, I'm not going to put my photographer on blast because she did an amazing job. She was so fun. But my biggest mistake with that was I decided, I'm going to, treat myself and have the girls do my hair and makeup that she has there. Which sounds fun. And then when I looked at myself, my hair curled too well, which it normally never does. So I looked like Shirley Temple and with just fucking sausage curls. And I'm like, and then they did a middle part. I can't do a middle part on my head because my head is so oval that it elongates my head even more. And I'm like, oh my God. And then they did my lipstick, but they did it to the actual shape of my lips, which is I don't have very much lip, but the shape of my lip is like very bulbous, like almost like Lucille Ball type lips. And they made my lips look like that. And I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't look like myself in any of these pictures. With the angles, with anything. And when I finally got them back, because I was, planning on printing them and giving them to my husband, like, here's your paper gift, and here's a boudoir shoot of me. Haha, I'm still your sexy wife. And I saw those pictures and I sat in my bed and I cried because I looked so terrible. And it wasn't anything to do with, because I still had a lot of the baby weight on me, and it wasn't even any of that. It was purely my face and my hair just did not look like myself. And the angles that I was photographed at were just not it. So I kind of that was kind of ruined, and my husband was trying to be very supportive about it and everything, and I'm still like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to do that again unless I really 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 like tell the photographer,
Yeah.
hey, you have got to photograph me in these angles, otherwise it will not turn out. I
Yeah.
promise it won't turn out. So that was a little upsetting, but for paper, my husband made me an entire origami bouquet of flowers.
Aw, that's so sweet.
And then because I was working at the time and he was also working, he actually, because we worked at the same place at the time, just in 2 different areas. So I was working in the office and he was working in the warehouse still. He actually brought his everything he wore when we got married. It's not really a suit, but it's his wedding attire.
Yeah.
So he changed into that, made the origami flowers and everything, and then brought them to me.
Aww.
As like a big bouquet of flowers. And I still have a couple of the actual flowers because he made like the whole like stems and everything out of paper because he's super creative. And I only have like 2 of the actual flowers because it's kind of hard to keep a big bouquet of paper flowers.
Right. Especially if you have like a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna ruin
and
it.
very few places to put things in your house.
Yeah.
So I do have a couple of the flowers saved that are in my like little keepsake. I have this, it's like a big felt folder with a heart on it.
Yeah.
And that's where all of the notes he's ever written to me are in. So it's a whole thing of paper.
I've got a giant box, which started as a little shoe box.
Mm-hmm.
But when my mom gifted me the quilt she made for, or was it my mom? It was either my mom or my grandma gifted me a blanket for Jay. And it had like a cute little saying on it. I don't remember what it says, but it's a beautiful box. And all of my memory stuff from literally probably since I was 14 is in that box.
That's so cute to have.
Yeah, it's my little memory box.
That's always fun. Like, I can't wait until it's different with your boys because they just don't care about stuff like that as much. But I'm excited for when my daughter is like, a decade old or whatever, and I can be like, oh, look at all this stuff from when I was your age. And
my mom and I do that on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we have to go digging, because her keepsake box is her cedar chest that she got from her great grandma.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we'll have to go dig through it to find something.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then, like if I'm with her for it, I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Because it's got like old school stuff in it from both me and my brother. It's got like just a bunch of little things. And then in the storage unit, she has a giant crate of all of the dresses my grandma has hand sewn me. And I think she said that she wanted to make them into a quilt at some point, but
oh my gosh, that'd be so amazing.
There's so many of them too. Like my grandma would hand make me dresses all the time. Just like for like first days of schools, for weddings, just for fun stuff. Like there's a picture of me at her house and I'm probably like 2. Maybe I'm probably closer to Jay's age in that picture. But I'm with her little beagle named Blue. His name was Blue. And we're outside and I'm wearing one of her hand sewn costumes and we're sitting in the fall leaves and outfits. It's an outfit. But that was, Blue was such a good dog.
You should put Jay in those and take pictures.
Oh my God, I should. I should see if that outfit fits her. I'm sure that would like make my grandma cry.
Oh my gosh. You could do like a side by side, like a then and now. And just like, I don't know.
I'm going to cry. We need to move on.
That'd be so cute. Well, speaking of cedar chest, though, that cedar chest that you guys have from Mom.
Yeah.
That's where Mom used to keep all of her memories. There was just like boxes of pictures
of photo
Mom albums.
Gave us that cedar because she told us to take it when we moved. Did she just not have a space for it?
Yeah, she didn't want
to
keep it. She had so much shit. So, but also, Dylan with his nose always liked the cedar chest because it always smelled like cedar.
Anyways, gold gemstone. Honestly, necklaces.
I think it's weird
rings.
That gold is for like the first anniversary.
Yeah,
that definitely seems like something that you'd need for further down,
right?
Because I mean,
it's so valuable.
Well,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's to start off your marriage with value and
Oh,
wealth.
yeah.
That could probably be what it is. But like gold necklaces,
Oh, yeah,
rings,
jewelry.
bracelets, etc.
Keychains.
Headdresses,
Yeah.
keychains, yeah.
We have
Earrings.
so far right now, my husband and I ended up getting these 2 like gold keychain, but they're capsules. So you unscrew them and you put something in them. So we were trying to figure out what we could do with those for each other. And I'm like, why don't we just wait till our gold anniversary? And he's like, Jamie, that's like your 50th anniversary. Do you think one of us is even going to be alive then? And I'm like, well, good point. Maybe let's not wait that long, because further down.
Put your guys' hair in each other's, like hair and your hair in his and his hair in yours.
Teeth.
Oh my god, there was something that somebody
blood, sperm. I don't something.
Sperm.
Whatever in there.
That got me so off guard. That was so funny. Somebody said something to me recently. Well, it was like something like, "What's in there?" And I just go, "Teeth." And I don't remember what it was.
It was me.
Was it? What
you
was
were
it?
talking to me, and I can't remember what it was.
God, it was
but
so
it was
funny.
So funny.
We were at.
It was
when we were out. Yeah, because we were like, "What would you put in this?" And I just go, "Teeth."
Yeah. It was perfect.
Oh my
though.
gosh. Anyways, oh my gosh. We're wasting so much time.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Oh, okay. The second anniversary traditional is cotton. Modern is china. And the gemstone is garnet.
I find it also weird that China is the modern one, because nobody gets anybody China anymore.
No.
Like, it's not a thing.
I love China, but I'm too accident prone to have China. I would have to have a China cabinet that stays locked. Yeah. And gets like bolted to the wall.
Yep. Or like a cabinet high up in the kitchen where you just keep all the China.
My problem though is I don't want cabinets in my house. I want open shelving because I hate cabinets. Yes. I always forget to close the doors, or because the doors are closed, I forget that something's in there. Like I can't do cabinets. I will have to have open shelving. Yeah. And my thing though is that I'm going to get fabric to like put on the shelves. That way I don't have to dust them. Like dust the shelves.
How does the fabric keep the dust away?
You would just have to vacuum it. I don't like dusting. Oh, that way the dust doesn't kick up, but you can vacuum it, and it's just easier that way.
Oh, okay. I was like thinking, I'm like, fabric is more of a dust collector than anything.
Right, but it's easier to clean, because even if you don't like... Yeah. I could even just take it off and throw it in the wash and put it back. Mm-hmm. No biggie.
Yeah, see, that's my thing is I love the look of open shelving. Plus, open shelving is that it makes your kitchen look bigger. Yes. When you have cabinets, that's the illusion, is where the front of your cabinets are, like your brain thinks there's a wall right there. Yeah. So it instantly makes your kitchen feel smaller than what it is.
I think the only thing I would have cabinets for in my kitchen is for the big appliances like my air fryer, and just like big things that are kind of an eyesore and inconvenient to have out. Anyways.
Yeah. But so Jesus. Okay.
But so
anyway, and
what would you give for what did you guys give for cotton?
Honestly, for the life of me, I can't even remember what I got for him.
For the life of me,
I cannot remember.
Yeah, for real.
For real though, I don't remember what I got for him. He's so hard to get gifts for, by the way, because he's so minimalist. I think it was clothes. I don't know. He's very picky with clothes. So when I find clothes that I'm like, oh my God, you are actually gonna like these clothes, I just get him clothes. But for me, he got me a big unicorn cotton plush. Aww. You know, filled with cotton. A unicorn blanket. Mm-hmm. And then both of those reside in our daughter's room now. They belong to her. And then everything that he had got me was inside a box that he completely glued cotton balls all over. Aww. And then the last thing was a picture of, and God damn it, Mary, you're not going to get this because you've never seen Dodgeball. But it was a big poster of Cotton McKnight, and he got a recording device and put all of Cotton McKnight's lines from the movie on there.
Okay.
So every time you hit the button, it's a different Cotton McKnight line.
Oh.
And it was so funny. And then even like that little recorder box, he glued a bunch of cotton balls all over. So that was like stuck behind the poster. So there's just Cotton McKnight poster, and you just push the button.
Yeah.
And he says like all of his funny lines. And you know, because Cotton McKnight was one of the announcers on Dodgeball when they went to the official Dodgeball games on the Ocho.
Okay.
So it's Cotton McKnight, and I can't remember what that actor's name is. But the other one is Pepper Brooks was the other announcer, and that was played by Jason Bateman.
Okay.
So yeah, so essentially he got me cotton, all sorts of cotton.
Yeah.
And it was really, really funny and really awesome, and I loved it so much. And then it made me feel like a piece of shit because clearly I didn't get him an awesome gift because I can't even remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But in my defense, I was also pregnant and in my first trimester, so I was sick all the time.
Yeah.
So I have lots of excuses as to why I'm a piece of shit person for the last 3 years.
I mean, you did pretty good this year's.
And yeah, this year's wasn't that bad. So for year 3, your traditional gift is leather. The modern gift is crystal.
Yeah, crystal or glass.
Yes. And then the gemstone is pearl, which we don't really do much with gemstones, mostly because I have enough crystals for everybody.
Gemstones can be expensive too.
Yeah.
But what's nice about pearl is most of the time now, pearl can be a generational gift because a lot of older women had pearls. I remember that my mom's cousin offered to let me borrow my great grandma's pearls for when I got married as something borrowed. And I didn't get to take advantage of that. But
yeah, that always makes me feel bad about your wedding too, because I had a whole list of something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue, and I was trying to put it all together and just give you like, here is all of your stuff that I got from either your mom or here's something borrowed or whatever.
It didn't help that we planned my wedding really fast. We did it in like a 4-month time span because I just wanted to get it over with. I was sick.
Yeah.
I was sick of sitting on it. I was sick of having all of these ideas in my head and not being able to do anything with it. And I was just so
being ready in purgatory.
I was ready to be done with it. I was ready to stop getting the question, when are you guys going to get married?
Yeah.
When are you guys going to get married?
And that's
Why
so
does
annoying.
it fucking matter? So what did you and Alex get for each other for year 3?
Okay, so year 3 was our most recent anniversary a few weeks ago. And we just stuck with the leather because I think we're just kind of sticking to the more traditional stuff.
Right. I feel like traditional stuff has more of a meaning to it.
Yeah.
And is more commonly easier to find too.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll do like the gemstone stuff later on when we've got more money.
Yeah.
And we can, freely spend that money on ourselves.
Well, the gemstone stuff too is nice to have to like pass down to your kids. It's like memorabilia. But like in today's economy, who has the fucking money for gemstones?
Yeah. I'm actually particularly excited about like the sapphire and ruby ones because sapphire is his birthstone, or is one of his birthstones, and then the ruby is one of mine. So at some point I want to do like some kind of like extra ring to at least get for myself, if he doesn't want to do anything with those, but where the ring has rubies and sapphires on it.
Yeah.
I don't know, pair that ring and then also have like a connecting ring that goes with it, but have all the birthstones of like our kids.
My mom has a birthstone, or she has a ring with all the birthstones of she's only got me and my brother, but then my stepbrother too.
Yeah, so it's like a mom
it's
ring.
all of them. Yeah.
I love those. I love the idea of those.
I love my mom so much. She's got a few things that are like that with our birthstones in it. And then for crystal and glass, like if that's the route you wanted to go, you could always go pick out wine glasses together, or like chalices or whatever.
You can do etched glasses. If somebody already didn't get you those for your wedding gift, because those are very common now for wedding gifts for people.
My mom had etched shot glasses as party favors at her wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, etched stuff. Stained glass is actually a really common thing to find like smaller things of on Etsy. There's a lot of stained glass artists, and I thought that would have been a cool gift.
There's actually a few towns over, there's a local place that does stained glass that I actually want to go into the place and look at it, because it looks really pretty from the outside. They are on the way to Jay's doctor.
Oh, okay.
So they're not too far, but like I just, every time I look, I'm like, I want to go in there, but I have no reason for stained glass.
Well, even like the small ones that you can put like up in the corner of a window, they're always cool. And yeah, definitely look up like local artists before you go to Etsy, but also the Etsy artists are very awesome.
Right.
So that's a cool idea for that one.
4th anniversary is fruit or flowers for traditional. Modern is appliances, and gemstone is blue topaz. Honestly, appliances is an awesome gift. Get each other a fucking fridge.
Yeah.
Pull your money and buy each other a fridge.
Get a new dishwasher if you need one.
Yeah.
That completely lines up with our house plans, because we don't have a dishwasher and our fridge is too small. So I told my husband, 1 year from now, our kitchen's going to be redone.
Yeah.
And I don't care how it happens, but I can tell you right now that about 8 months from now, if nothing's been started, you're going to come home one day and that whole place is going to be gutted because I'm going to flip out if I have to deal with this kitchen anymore.
If you do not let me get out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me. I love her so much.
Literally,
she's me.
Yeah, that is literally me. I don't know. My husband and I have very different tastes when it comes to houses.
Oh, that sucks.
It does, but also it's nice because he has realized how much more important it is to me than it is to him. So he's like, yeah, whatever. Like you can pick
whatever
the shit
you want.
Because he would like to just get a McMansion and call it good, and I'm like, those are so fucking gross. I'm not living in one of those. No. I'm sorry. Like other people can. I'm not going to.
No.
It is going to be an old house for me that we're going to dump our money into and be house broke forever.
Like
and I don't care. Yeah.
I love it.
I don't even care. But he's also an extremely handy person.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do the finishing work with anything because it's too tedious and he hates it. But that's where I come in. Because I can do the trim work, I can do the painting, I can do the caulking and sealing and everything.
You're classic Virgo Cancer duo, because my mom and Jody are the same way.
Yep. And it's perfect even with our like life path numbers. He's an 8 and I'm a 4. And 8s and 4s just go together really well. Yeah. Oh, for 3rd anniversary, leather.
Oh, yeah, you didn't go through what you got for leather. What were you talking about? We already started for the 4th.
Yeah, I don't. Anyways, so leather, I got me and my husband matching leather bracelets with an inscription on the inside. He's a reader, so I got him a leather bookmark, and then he had just gotten his great grandfather's desk passed down to him.
Okay.
So it went through his great grandpa and then his grandpa on his mom's side. And then his dad had it for a long time and used it. And now they're finally like, okay, we're going to get rid of this. Do you want this? And he was like, yes.
Fuck yeah.
So I got him this big leather desk mat. And it's engraved with the names of all the previous owners of his family. So It's got his great-grandfather's initials, and then his grandfather's initials, then his dad's initials, and then his initials. And do you want to know how stupid I am? I finally give him this gift, and I'm like, this is so cool for his old desk that his great-grandfather had, like, that he gets to have now, and this, like, leather thing will go. Anyways, he goes, why isn't my middle initial on here? And I'm like, oh my God. I literally have first initial, middle initial, and then last name of every owner.
Mm-hmm.
And then his is at the bottom, and it just has his first initial and last name. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucking ruined it. I ruined it. No. It's so terrible. And he's like, no, it's fine. And but he was like, that is kind of the coolest part, is because my middle name is literally the first name of my great-grandfather and grandfather. And I'm like, I know, and I didn't even put it because I'm an idiot. So that was a big bummer, and third anniversary in a row that I ruined something. So I used to be a really good gift giver. I think that's one of the reasons why he wanted to marry me. I really do.
You're exhausted.
Yes,
you've literally had 2 kids in 2.5 years.
Yes.
Right? Did my math?
Your math.
Okay.
Perfectly. But it's also aggravating when you know you used to be really good at something and then all of a sudden you're not good at it anymore.
That's been me with my writing recently.
Like, yeah, isn't it frustrating?
I just can't seem to form the words I want to form.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
And then anyways, for me, he handmade a ginormous leather book, and it's all the Harry Potter books mashed together. Oh. So he went and had all of the Harry Potter books printed off onto like pages. Mm. And then he found all the artwork for the chapters himself and had to put all those on there.
Wow.
And then mashed it all together in one big book, which doesn't exist.
Right.
It's not something you can buy. It's
custom for you.
Yes. So he's like, I wanted it to be like a big old Harry Potter Bible for you. And so that's something that we're going to do now together, is make multiple bookmarks, like ribbon bookmarks with like charms on them and stuff to put in the book, because it's not done yet.
Right.
But he couldn't finish it in time, but he worked on it for like a couple months. And I'm like, see, you work on all your stuff for me for like months and I can barely put together anything for him. So it was a really, really amazing gift. And then I had also told you he got me like a leather tarot box.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were our leather things. So out of the box gifts are awesome ideas. If you can just think of random stuff for all of these.
It helps if you know your partner very well.
Which you should, since you're married.
Should, yeah. I guess it's a little different if your partner is just hard to shop for.
Yeah.
But like if you don't know your partner to taste, I don't want to say why are you getting married, but like why are you getting married?
But why are you married?
Right. Because like I know Dylan really well. Yeah. And you know Alex really well. We know what our husbands do and don't like, what they would and would not use, what is sentimental to them, what they would keep, what they would forget about.
What they would think is cool.
They do the same for us.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. Does your partner, are they just looking for the actual gift themselves, or are they looking for the effort you put behind a gift?
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that's big for both my husband and I, is the effort and the thought behind it.
That's what it is for me. And it's like, that's why like my one Seafoam coffee mug, it's just a plain coffee mug. And when you look at it like from an outsider, you just see it as a coffee mug. But for me, there's a story behind it, because Dylan got that for me while he was out with his friends, and he saw it and he thought of me, and he bought it and brought it back home. That is my most favorite coffee mug. Because of that reason. Because he thought about me when he saw it and he bought it for me.
Yeah.
Not because it's this extravagant coffee mug, not because he
super
put
expensive.
A lot of money into it, not because it has engravings or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Just because when he saw it, he saw me.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
that's how it should
the
be.
thought behind it, like literally, hey, I saw this and thought of you. Those are literally the best gifts.
And it was like a random Thursday in the middle of June or something. Like it wasn't like it wasn't for anything. It was just because.
There are, despite all of the gifts that my husband gave me, which I love all of them anyways, but I have 2 favorite gifts from him that are not anniversary gifts. They're literally just because gifts, and they're my absolute favorites. One of them was a wildflower he stopped and picked on the side of the road because he saw it and thought of me. And I'm like, that right there is one of the most meaningful things you can do for me ever, because it's not a holiday that you feel obligated to do something. You literally were driving and saw something that made you think of me, and you stopped in your tracks and pulled over to go pick that flower and bring it to me. The second thing is my most favorite thing, because I had gone to the Salvation Army, and this was when we were dating. And I had found this silver candle holder, and it had 3 candle holder spots on it, and the center was shaped like a lotus, which the water lily is one of my birth flowers.
Yeah.
And it was only like $15. And I wanted to get this thing, but at the time I was a lot more broke and I couldn't justify spending that much money on myself. And I told my husband about this, and I carried that thing around the entire store with me, and finally decided I didn't want it. So I just put it back on a random shelf because it's Salvation Army and it doesn't really matter where shit is. So I told him about that and told him how much I loved it and how much I wished I bought it for myself, because in reality, it's only $15. Like, that's not a whole lot. So this man left work early the next day, drove all the way out to the Salvation Army, and hunted in that place until he found that.
He's lucky it was still there.
Yes. And also,
because shit flies fast. Literally, when we were there on Monday
earlier this week,
I saw a vase that I liked and was like, oh, I'll come back to it when we go that direction. And by the time we were there, it was fucking gone.
Yeah. It's ever since COVID, that place is a madhouse. You can't find anything in there anymore. I remember going there a few years ago, and they would have just shelves packed with teacups and silver, like actual silver teapots and stuff like that. None of that stuff's ever in there anymore when you go.
Because everything outside of like actual retail stores, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
So of course people are going to start going thrifting because it's cheaper, and also it's quote unquote recycled stuff or reused stuff, repurposed things.
Yeah.
So like it's better.
Well, there's the craze now for finding stuff in places like Goodwill and Salvation Army and then reselling it on eBay for what it's actually worth.
Gotcha. My boss, she said that she went to Goodwill and found a sewing kit for like $8, and it was like a whole sewing kit, still had all the threads inside and everything, like it was decked out.
Oh my god.
And she went digging for it, and that thing ended up being like $200 or something.
Oh my god.
Like it was worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she was like, haha, it's mine now. But what she ended up doing was her friend that sews was hand making her curtains or a tablecloth. I don't remember, either curtains or a tablecloth for her kitchen. And her friend was like, oh, don't pay me, like I'm just doing this because I want to.
Yeah.
But she ended up gifting that sewing kit to her friend because she's like, you will use this more than me.
Yeah.
I have no use for this, but also like this is worth a lot of money. Here you go.
Also, I got it at a really good deal and it's worth a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, back to the list.
Yeah.
Fruit flowers.
I honestly hate that one because it's like, what are you gonna get for them? Like
you
a
can
fucking
get
bowl
fruit
of fruit
and flowers every day though.
Yeah, that's not really all that and that's the traditional one.
Yeah.
And then the modern one is appliances, which is way better. But honestly, I think the fruit flower ones is best in times like now when there's the big craze to start growing your own shit because we can't trust the stores.
Yeah.
Gifting a fruit tree would be so meaningful. Plus, like, you know, if you're in a place where you're living in the place that you want to stay forever, watching that tree grow with
it's a nice
your
little
marriage.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Well, it also has good like intent behind it.
Yeah.
Because like
the growth of the tree,
like
the growth of your marriage.
Yeah, and like a fruit, if it's a fruit tree, like you had said, it could signify a fruitful marriage, lots of abundance in your marriage. So
you know, it'd be so cute too is every year for your anniversary, then at that point you make like a pie with the fruit from the tree for your anniversary, like just like an added thing.
Cute.
Like, oh, here's that. You know, our anniversary apple pie because we have an apple tree.
Man, that'll suck if your wedding's in the winter like mine is.
You could still do it though. You could make up the pie and then freeze it and then pull it out.
That's a good point.
And bake it.
That's a good point.
In the winter. So you can do it any time of the year. Or it doesn't even have to be a tree. It could be a fucking blackberry bush. Make a blackberry cobbler.
Because it just says fruit.
Yeah.
Fruit,
anything.
Oops, that's wrong. Oops, that's wrong too. I was already on it. I was already on it. Year 5 is traditionally wood, modern silverware, stupid, gemstone, sapphire. Who the fuck wants silver? You already, if you've been married for 5 years, you already have silverware. I mean, I guess you can get like etched silverware, like something sentimental. I'm just a hater.
I always thought it'd be cool to go to an antique store and pick out a set of silverware from there. Like as like a togetherness thing. Like, oh, okay, for our anniversary, we're gonna go to an antique store and we're gonna pick out something together.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait for that anniversary because so many of our pieces of silverware that we got from our wedding shower have been ruined in the garbage disposal because they were all fucking black. So you couldn't see them down there. And, you know, you don't always check the garbage disposal.
I've learned to because there's little pieces of my daughter's bottle that if Dylan and Dad don't pay attention, they slip down there. And I remember one time, one of them just turned on the disposal and I freaked out because I was like, I know there's bottles in there. You didn't check. That piece could be ruined now.
Yep.
I mean, I need to just throw her bottles away anyways because I can't keep them for the next kid because they won't be good anymore.
Yeah.
And like she doesn't really use them anymore anyways. I need to just toss them. But like I
give them away. Give them away on Facebook. I just can't
get myself to do it.
Yeah. Like it's hard.
Yeah. Anyways, wood. You could do so many things with wood.
I get wood from my husband once a week. What are you talking about?
Only once a week, Jamie?
Hey, we've got babies right now.
That's fair.
It'll pick back up later.
Confirmed. Oh my god. Anyways, you could do like you could wood carve each other's favorite animals. You could do
like a totem, like a wooden totem.
Yes,
from like Brother Bear.
Yes,
you can wear them around.
You can make like necklaces with them and everything. You can.
Oh my god! If my husband doesn't carve me an entire totem pole for our anniversary, I don't even want it anymore.
You guys could also make like make each other wooden picture frames. There's so many different things you could do with wood. Yeah, and wood smells so good.
So we have. You love the smell of wood in the mornings, Mary?
I do.
So we have, because we got married under the Tree of Life in New Orleans, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when we were leaving there, I had noticed a chunk of like a tree branch that had fallen out of the tree. And we took it home. Like just like a little chunk of the tree. And my husband actually carved out little wooden beads out of it. Like we still have the chunk, and so he only did like a few beads. Because, you know, he's crazy like that, where he's like, oh, I've got a spare hour of free time. I'm gonna hand carve some beads. So we have that, and I was thinking at some point I want to take more of that chunk of wood and make something for him.
Okay.
I just don't know what yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably not going to sit down and carve any fucking beads.
Right.
Not that he would wear them. But you see, like shit like that, like little memorable shit like that, you can do almost anything with wood,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's so versatile. It's easy to
Mhm.
manipulate. Like,
Yeah. Even like another, like a secondary ring, make it a
yeah.
wooden ring.
Yeah. Wooden rings are so pretty, especially when you pair them with
Mhm.
resin and everything.
Which we tried to do
Mm-hmm.
because he lost his wedding band in the the chomper at work.
The
Um
chomper?
the oh my
The
god.
trash compactor?
Yes.
Oh, how did he do that?
He was loading it and then his ring ended up slipping off.
Oh, that's bad
So,
timing. And you're not gonna go digging for that shit.
but
Not in
they
that.
dug for it anyways
They
and still
did?
couldn't find it.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
So no, it's gone forever. Um so he actually used that chunk of wood to try to carve himself a new ring.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we used the wrong kind of resin because it broke.
Oh, probably.
So,
Or it just didn't set for long enough or something.
yeah, it was, I don't know, it was odd, but yeah, resin and wood rings, that's a great option for
Mm-hmm.
that. Even something like furniture, like a new or new to you guys dining room table. Um
Yeah.
Something like that, and then you can even like underneath carve your names and
Mm-hmm.
the date that you got it, some little keepsake that you can pass down in the family too. Wooden spoons with your guys' stuff carved into them.
Fucking hate wooden spoons.
I love wooden spoons, and you know what's funny? My husband fucking hates wooden
I
spoons
don't
too.
like the way they feel in my hand, and I don't like the maintenance that goes into cleaning them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just don't like wooden utensils. They look pretty.
Yeah,
I don't like the stain of the ones we have downstairs. I don't like how light they see. My problem is that when it comes to wood stuff, it has to be a dark wood. I
yeah,
like dark wood. I
I'm
don't
the same way.
like lighter wood. It just doesn't, it's just not good for, not good. I don't like, anyways. I'm not going to go on about
Yeah,
wood.
I get it.
um, Year 6 is iron traditionally, wooden objects. So we're not going to cover that again because we already did.
Modern, yeah.
And then gemstone is amethyst. So iron, also you can make anything with
You can
iron.
still do iron jewelry.
Chainmail.
Yeah. If you like going to
Make him a
Ren
whole
Fair.
night suit. A sword.
If he's a Marvel fan, Iron Man stuff,
Mm.
um, which would be cool.
See, my man is huge into zombie apocalypses, so I might make him a whole weapon.
There you go. That would still be great.
Yeah, I'll make him a whole Negan bat.
I was gonna say, do the Negan bat, do iron nails
Ooh,
into it.
yes. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll keep that. Um,
And if it's also wooden things, it's a wooden bat. There you go.
yeah, there we go.
The traditional and modern.
Year
Mashup.
7 is copper/wool. For tradition. Modern is desk sets, and the gemstone is onyx.
Desk
sets. Well,
See,
we're already ahead on that
I was gonna
one.
say you guys got yourself a desk set already. I feel like desk sets is hard depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Sometimes where you live, you can't even put a single desk in there.
Well, not everybody uses desks too.
Yeah. Especially with laptops now, like
copper wool. Not copper wool, copper/wool. So either or. I have no ideas for that.
wool sweaters.
You know what? People are making like those
mitts.
copper bowls and copper cups now,
Mhm.
which like I don't,
making them
or like getting them. I don't fucking know.
Mhm.
People just have them. I know mom had some copper cups. I don't know where she got them, but like a piece of me is like, why would you use copper for dishware? Because
I like
Lady
the copper.
Liberty was copper, and now she's fucking green.
I have but I love patinaed copper too.
Yeah,
like when it starts like oxidizing and turning green.
We used to have a guitar like that where at the music shop I worked at. We had a patina guitar. It was so pretty,
And
and
it would be so hot for that guitar.
It was a resonator guitar too, so it had like that nice metallic sound to it. It was so much fun to play. I love resonator guitars because they have a very folky sound to them.
Yes.
Anyways, there you go. That's what you could do for copper. Get your person, if they're into music, get them a resonator guitar made out of copper.
Yeah. There's so many different things. A copper dinner bell. I know that's really random, but like if you live on a farm, it's customary to have a dinner bell.
Yeah.
Especially if it's old. Have a dinner bell right there, calling everyone to dinner.
Yep.
That's something that, people like to have.
Yeah.
Even like copper weather vane to put on your house. Those are really cute. And out of the box.
You can get a custom copper sign for like your house that says like your family name on it.
Yeah, and then you can put established whenever you got married.
That's a good idea. You could do that with wood too, and iron. You can do that with anything.
Yeah,
I like the idea of having a family sign. Year 8 is bronze/pottery traditionally. Modernly, it's linen/lace. Oh, I'm for that. I love both of those things.
I love linen so much.
And then the gemstone is tourmaline. I love black tourmaline. I love tourmaline so much. I have some.
I have a couple.
My only beef with tourmaline is that it falls apart so easy.
Yeah, it's kind of brittle.
But it's really good for protection.
Yes.
That's what I use mine for. I think tourmaline is one of my birthstones. Either that or it's obsidian. I don't remember.
For December?
Not birthstone, but like never mind.
For Sagittarius or for December?
For Sagittarius.
They're two different ones.
Not for December, because for December I'm pretty sure it's sapphire. Something blue.
I think sapphire is September.
I don't remember.
We'll have to look that up.
Anyways.
We can make that a different episode.
Yeah.
What are we on?
8th. Bronze pottery, linen, lace, tourmaline. Bronze pottery.
Pottery would be so cute because you can make it a wedding.
You could go to a class and make stuff for each other.
Yes, you could do pottery together. That'd be so cute.
And I like the idea of linen and lace too, because you can go pick the stuff out together. And both linen and lace could be used for anything. You could use it for couch covers, curtains, pillowcases, bed sets, clothes. Lace, if you want to be a little risque, get some lingerie.
Lace is fun. You can do so much with it.
Stuff together.
And if you're not opposed to ripping up your wedding dress, if it's got lace on it, you can definitely create a smaller keepsake with some of the lace off your wedding dress.
I know a lot of women, when they get their wedding dresses altered, they will have
they'll keep the
scraps so they can make lingerie out of it.
Yeah. What a cute idea.
I saw that years ago before I got married. The only problem with my dress was that the scraps from my dress would not have made good lingerie because of the material that was used for it.
Oh, gotcha.
So because literally my dress, all tulle at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like so much tulle.
Why would you wear tulle lingerie?
There's a company that makes linen bedding, and I absolutely adore it because you can order a custom set, so you don't even have to do like matching sets. You can order the fitted sheet is a different color than the flat sheet if you want. Ooh. You can do all the pillowcases different colors, but that coordinate together, and you can like watch it being built.
Wow.
I think it's called like bed threads or something. Okay. It's actually expensive because it's actual linen.
Yeah.
But then you're like customizing the colors of your set, and oh my god, it looks so amazing. I want it so bad, but I can't spend that kind of money on bed linens right now. But maybe in 4 years I can.
Right. For year 9, it's willow/pottery. So they got pottery twice there. Traditionally, modernly, it's leather, and then the gemstone is lapis lazuli. I think it's weird that they have pottery twice.
I think so too. But also, I think it's weird to make something the modern gift for a different day, for a different anniversary than when the traditional one is. Like if you're going to make leather the modern gift, like make it the same year as the traditional gift.
I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's because it represents something different. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But I like the idea of willow. I love willow trees. They are so pretty. My dream is to have enough property to have a huge willow tree one day. Because
that's what
I'm
manifesting.
Peaceful.
There's actually this house that I've been staring at ever since I was little. And I love this house so much. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it's gorgeous. It's like brick. It's old. And on the property, there's a giant willow tree with it. And I'm like, this is my house. Like,
yeah,
I need to find a way to get to this house. So currently, I'm trying to manifest this house whenever it's supposed to get to me. 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, but it's perfect, and it has a stone wall in front of it.
Man, I might do that with my grandparents' old house because I loved that property so much. I've literally.
Do they still live there?
No.
Oh, okay.
They sold that place when I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
So they haven't lived there for a long time. But when I have dreams, when I have dreams in a house, it's that house.
And I think told me about a couple dreams in that house too.
I think it's because when I was little, we moved so much. I didn't have a childhood home. But that was my most stable place because I went there all the time when my mom was working and stuff. I think my subconscious is like, this is your childhood home. So this is your safe space because you were here all the time. This is what's familiar to you. This is what's comfortable to you. And I've told Dylan so many times, if I really hope that this house goes up for sale when we are ready to buy a house, because that house is everything I could dream it would be. It's literally half on a hill. So like the back porch, like the back side of the house, the upstairs has a whole porch up in the air. And then the bottom with the basement goes out into the ground. But like the front half of the house is just the top floor.
Okay.
If that makes any sense to you.
No, that makes sense.
And then there's a hill on either side. And there's a whole like flower bed garden, like where the back door was for the basement. Like you go out and it's just a whole sitting area. And then there's flower garden and flower bed. And my grandma had like a little fountain there and everything. And then there's stairs that go up to like the back deck and everything. And then they had apple trees and a garden. There was a little shed. God. There was a play set. It was out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like there was just woods for miles on a dirt road. And then you take a path that goes back into the woods and there's a giant barn in the middle of the woods, like hiding.
Yeah.
And then there was a path that went back like to their neighbor's house, like pretty far away. Not like a far walk, but it was a walk. And that's where my mom's friends used to live. So they would just take that path and go play with each other and everything.
Oh,
it was so perfect. They had like blackberry and raspberry bushes and everything. And
see, that's the shit that you want nowadays too.
This literally like,
it's a little homestead.
It's my dream house. And it's such a gorgeous house. I'm going to start manifesting that house.
Do it up.
I really want that house. Anyways, the 10th anniversary is aluminum/tin, diamond for tradition. Modernly is diamond jewelry, and the gemstone is diamond,
of course.
Right. Hot take: diamond jewelry is cool, but I feel like other gemstones have more meaning now. I feel like diamonds are overused.
They're overdone.
Yeah.
It literally, and they didn't even need to be. It was just the jewelry companies deciding, oh, hey, why don't you propose with a diamond ring?
Yeah. And I think aluminum, tin, like, I don't know what you could use for a gift for those.
Here's a 6-pack.
A 6-pack? Oh.
Happy anniversary.
I mean, you can put like little keepsakes in an aluminum box or like a tin box or whatever.
There's a lot of things that are made with aluminum that you could get. What the fuck, Mary?
Sorry. Anyways. I have a problem.
You have a weird tooth obsession.
I don't know what it is. the 15th anniversary is
because now we're going to 5.
Yeah, now we're doing 5
years.
15th anniversary is traditionally crystal, modernly watches, and the gemstone is ruby. I feel like all of those are pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. I feel like also all of those you kind of would have already gotten your person
The fuck
in earlier anniversaries.
20th is China, traditionally, modernly platinum, and gemstone is emerald. What the fuck is platinum? What is that?
It's a metal.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I would know that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm kind of dumbfounded with it. I'm like, what the fuck can you get somebody that's platinum?
Yeah, I don't know. 25th is traditionally sterling silver, modernly sterling silver, and the gemstone is silver. So you have no choice.
Okay, so officially the 25th anniversary, a quarter of a century,
your marriage,
is silver.
Yeah.
That is the silver anniversary, just all around.
30th traditionally is pearl, modernly diamond. The fuck? Okay. And then the gemstone is pearl again.
I think whoever created this list is not very creative. They're just going over the same shit over and over again. And
35th traditionally coral, modernly jade.
Ooh.
And the gemstone is emerald.
Again. Wow.
And then 40th ruby, ruby, ruby.
Well, look at the rest of them.
Named Ruby appears.
Yeah. But you said it 3 times.
Oh my god.
Damn, 3 times.
And then 45th sapphire, sapphire, sapphire. 50th gold, gold, gold. The 55th is emerald, emerald, alexandrite.
Okay.
You'll have fun on your 55th.
I couldn't read that where it says alexandrite because it's too small. But I was like, what is that? Automotive? A car? You get them a car?
And then the 60th is diamond, diamond, diamond.
Yeah.
So that's it. Have fun with that. I hope you have good anniversary gifts.
Yeah.
Ideas. We gave you some of ours.
And then also up on the blog, I will have a new list of practical gifts to get your spouse or to get together. Because, you know, we live in poor times where you can't just buy diamonds, 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 and rubies, rubies, rubies all the time. And who knows, like with people getting married later on in life too, are you really going to make it to your 60th anniversary?
Most people that get married early on don't even make it to their 60th anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's not even an accomplishment for being married anymore. That's just an accomplishment for being alive.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. The link to Jamie's blog is in our link tree, which I will have in the description. So definitely go check that out. She's got some of like other posts from things we've referenced in other episodes. She's got her own blog stuff on there. So you can check it out.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff we talk about will be on there, or like things that we mention will go more in depth on the blog where you can read about it and kind of, when you have the time, actually sit and dive into those things. So that's where you can do that. For everything else, we'll usually link right below our episodes.
Yeah, I'll have the link for the knot resource I found. I'll have that in the description for you guys, so you guys can look at the article yourself, because it has like it's a whole article. It's not just a list of stuff. So like you can read through it, and then you can also check out the knot website while you're there, and see kind of what we were talking about, what all the hype is on our end. But like other than that, like we don't have much for links this episode because it was such a straightforward topic. So, which was kind of nice for a change for us.
Yeah, because we're usually all over the place, and we have 15 different topics in each episode. So, good job for staying on topic, mostly, Mary.
Thanks. I tried.
Yeah, same. We almost veered off topic.
I was really trying hard because I knew that we were on a time restraint, kind of.
Which we kind of always are.
I mean, like me and Dylan aren't, because we have nothing happening today. We were supposed to go to the band's marching band festival today at 4, but they moved it to Tuesday because it's supposed to rain all day today, which sucks because I work Tuesday, so I won't be able to go. And then I was talking to the first chair trumpet about it because she was letting me know, like, hey, just so you know, we're going to get rained out, so it got moved. And I was like, okay, well, I won't be able to make it to festival, but I planned on coming to the football game on Friday to make sure I at least see one of your guys' performances. And she goes, I won't be there for that Friday because I'm going to a Kiss concert. So Matthew's going to be playing my solo. And I'm like,
she's going to the Kiss concert.
Oh, I'm so sad that you're not going to be playing your solo and I won't get to see you play your solo because she worked really hard on Bandcamp to play it. But also, like, I hope you really have fun at the Kiss concert because I know Dylan was like really considering getting you guys tickets for a second until he was like, he just kind of
I would have loved to go, honestly.
And you were just talking about the Kiss members too,
dude. It's my daughter's favorite movie right now is Scooby-Doo meets Kiss.
Oh,
it's her favorite movie, and so of course I've watched it 1,000 times because I originally got that for my oldest because he went through a Kiss phase, and then our second oldest actually ended up loving that movie too, and now our daughter, and I'm like, cool, that's 3 kids so far that love Kiss. One left to go when he's old enough.
That's how I feel about 5 Seconds of Summer for my kids because my daughter really likes the 5 Seconds of Summer music. She dances to them, so I'm like, that makes me feel so good.
You know what's really sad is in the car I listen to Bo Burnham because it's really the only thing that I can listen to anymore without just absolutely hating it.
Yeah.
I hate music now. Like, there's most music. And now my daughter requests that. And that's the only reason why I listen to it in the car with just the babies because they're not old enough to understand what he's singing about. So I'm like, oh, cool. I can finally listen to some shit that just makes me happy.
You know, it's funny. My kids started headbanging. Like, I was listening to I called it mom music as my playlist, and it's got all of like my punk and rock stuff on it.
That's funny that's mom music now.
Well, I named it mom music because that's the music I want my kid to hear when she gets older and think of me.
Oh, so, I like that idea.
Yes. So I called it my mom music playlist because that's my mom music.
Yeah.
Not my mom's music, but as a mom music.
Like, not mom in general. That's your child's mom's
It was
music.
going through like Blink 182 and Breaking Benjamin and my newest favorite band, Meet Me at the Altar, was playing. And occasionally I look back and she's just she's so cute. I love her so much. Aww. She's so funny. Anyways, that's it. That's all we got. We just wanted to, talk about anniversary stuff to kind of, because I know that our last few, not the last few, but like we've had some heavier episodes.
Yeah, we take you guys on some roller coasters sometimes. So here's a lighthearted thing that you can kind of look into on your own.
Well, especially like there's a lot of weddings happening. I was actually at work. There's a lot of customers coming in looking for suits and dresses for weddings. And I've noticed that it's mine. People aren't really coming in the summer anymore for wedding stuff. It's the fall time now. So I'm convinced
fall weddings are trending now.
Fall is now wedding season. It's not summer anymore.
It's the new wedding season.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird around here because unless you have your wedding inside, there's a good chance your wedding is going to get rained on.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem. It's not like it's bad luck. It's actually good luck to rain on. It represents
good fertility and good luck in your marriage.
Yeah. Well, also when you're literally tying a knot, if the knot gets wet, it's stronger because it sticks together more.
Right.
It can't untie. So I only learned that because when I got married, it was raining on us.
Oh, and so I remember when we were planning our wedding for October, Mom was like, well, what if it rains? What if it rains? What if it rains? And we're like, we hope it does. Then it rains. So we like being in the rain. Like literally Dylan and I
fucking love the rain.
We used to go out and play in the rain. Not play, but like run around in it, just sit in it and everything. And I remember Mom was so worried about it raining and we were like, we hope it rains. And it's like we were planning a tent wedding.
That's because she's not a rain person. Yeah. She doesn't like being in the rain. She likes watching the rain and listening to the rain.
We were planning on getting umbrellas for our guests. Like a lot like what we did for our wedding and ended up not needing it.
Yeah.
But we were going to get umbrellas for everybody else except for us and our officiant.
Yeah.
And then we had a tent wedding and I really wanted a clear top tent because I loved the way clear top tents looked. The only
Plus
problem,
it's brighter in there.
it's
too.
brighter, it's prettier. You can actually see the sky. And we're like, plus if it rains, imagine seeing the rain coming down on the clear top tent with all the greenery and the lights we were going to have up there.
Yes.
The only issue was that nobody in our area offers clear top tents. They're all out of state. And I'm like, I can't pay that much money to have somebody from out of state come deliver me a clear top tent.
Plus, we're like in the middle of the state too, so it's not like we're close
out in the middle
to a different
of nowhere.
state.
And where we were going to have our wedding is literally out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that would have been hard.
Yeah, it would have been so muddy. But like everything ended up how it was supposed to.
Yeah,
and it was pretty. I really liked it. I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was nice. It ended up being like a nice day anyways.
Yeah.
It's still cold, but it ended up
it wasn't as
really
cold
pretty.
as I thought it would be because the sun was really bright. It was so pretty because we had that snowstorm before.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of snow, but it was bright, so it was warm. And the only people that really needed their coats was the kids.
Yeah, the babies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anyways, I mean, if you want to get married, y'all can make it work.
Yeah.
We did, and we're happy with the way things turned out with each of our weddings. And like the whole point of that is if you want your wedding to happen, you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
It's, the aesthetics and how much it costs really don't matter in the end.
No.
In the end, you get married and you enjoy your happy life together.
Right.
Like if that's what's stopping you getting married is all these small things that don't really matter in your marriage, then should you really be getting married?
Well, and that's what I told everybody too when they were freaking out about the snowstorm the night before. They were like, "Are you still gonna have the wedding? Are you still gonna have the wedding?" I'm like, "I'm fucking getting married. The snow's not stopping me. I've been waiting forever for this to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not canceling the night before. Fuck that. All I need is me, my husband, our officiant who said he was going to be there regardless. Like he didn't care. And then 2 other of you motherfuckers.
Right. A couple of witnesses and that's
it.
The
rest of you don't need to be here. If you don't want to come because of the snow, don't come. Yeah. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I understand. Yeah. It's snow. It's cold. There was a lot of it. Yeah. But like, I am getting married regardless.
I'm getting married with or without you. Yeah. You know what? My husband might not even be there. I'm still going to get married.
Anyways. Now that we are into the month of October, we are making more concrete plans for our Halloween episode that comes out I think it's 2 days before Halloween. So we encourage you to send us spooky stories or ghost stories that you may have to our email. You can find our email in our link tree, which I have in the description of the episode. Also in the link tree, we have our other social medias that you can join, which include our Instagram, our TikTok, and our Facebook. And we would like to announce that we are adding Discord to that list. So the Discord should be on there as well now. And on the link tree, our other platforms you can find us on, that we release on. And then also there is the link to Jamie's blog. So if you would like to check out more of Jamie's content on her blog, you are more than welcome to do so. The link is right there. We are so excited to be planning the Halloween episode. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, please feel free to reach out to us. We also welcome any questions. So yeah, we'll let you guys go.
Yeah, we'll let you go. We're holding you hostage to listen to us.
Hangs up. Beep, beep.